big round of applause for our state champion. No, I'm clapping for you all. Okay. So we are really excited. This is Dunbar High School varsity football team. They've won the 1A state championship. So I want to acknowledge Tammy May, the principal. Where's head coach Lawrence? Is that this big guy behind me? All right, okay. Assistant coach Michael Carter and assistant coach Joseph Wright and the entire football staff. Let me just say, you all consistently do great work. I know your grades are as great as your play on the field. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Y'all heard it here. So again, I want to say congratulations. I'm actually delivering, I'm giving Tammy this citation, thank you. And to head coach Lawrence Smith, boom.
Yes, ma'am.
Here he is. Assistant coach Joseph Wright.
I'll take yours.
You're taking.
Teacher, you couldn't get away.
Oh, well, somebody's got to be teaching. Assistant coach Michael Carter.
He'll do it.
Oh, he's teaching as well. So again, I thought it was fitting to acknowledge their success. Such a great football team representing Baltimore throughout the state of Maryland. I promise that I will come to your school and deliver your medals that we're having made, especially for you all, for representing Baltimore so well. So again, thank you all. Madam Principal, would you like to say something in the head coach?
Sure. Well, thank you all. Not only are our Dunbar students scholars, they are star athletes, and all of our seniors are college bound. Many people don't know the greatness that's happening at Dunbar, but our athletes definitely lead the way in showing what Dunbar is all about. So I do want to defer to our head coach so that he can share some specifics about our wonderful players.
Good morning. Thank you, Madam Mayor, for having us here.
Congratulations.
It was a great, wonderful year. We broke a lot of records along the way. We started out slow, but we kept going. Out here, Jared
There's
Lewis.
hopes for the Ravens.
Yes, ma'am. Our quarterback passed for over 3,000 yards this year. The offense was stellar. Defense was lights out. We had a great time. Our quarterback want to come up and present you with something.
Oh, wow. Not a cheerleading uniform. Oh, okay.
We wanted to
Oh,
give you
wow.
the ball in the bag for our team.
No, wait a minute. You're supposed to hold it here, right?
Oh, no. Sure.
Oh, wait, am I doing it wrong? Am I doing that wrong, too? Oh, wait. I'm left-handed, though.
Oh.
That's why I have it.
There you go.
Who am I going to take out? Let me see. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I will cherish this and I'll wait for my next one. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Next year, it's on. It's on. Thank you, Dunbar. Thank you again. Any questions for the Dunbar champions?
Coach, what makes this team unique?
Family. They all love each other. They're friends. A lot of things that can happen on previous teams and on teams that hurt teams. These guys are friends. They like to hang out. They like to do things together. And that's what made it a great season, that we didn't have all the off-the-field stuff, because they were a family and they wanted to play together.
How's it feel, guys?
Well, I will be at Dunbar shortly to present you all with your medals, my personal medals. But again, thank you all for being such champions for your school, but more importantly for the city and for the state of Maryland. And you all represent Baltimore well. We congratulate you. Thank you. Thank you. I got this. Y'all didn't sign my ball. Can we make sure my ball gets signed back there? Oh, y'all did?
So you gonna block me out? So y'all gonna block me out?
Yeah. Now you got to put your head around. Now put your head.
Put it up.
I feel like
Jack Young had a jacket. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Principal. Thank you, Mr. Coach. So they're gonna, y'all are gonna take this down on the Ravens field, right?
Of course.
So this will inspire our Ravens to follow the footsteps of our Dunbar football team. Thank you. Thank you, Coach. Thank you. I'm actually standing here with history, you all. You want to come up? Come on up. In the 159, all right, banner over there. In the 159-year history of the Baltimore City Fire Department, Maya McConnell is now the first woman to be promoted to battalion chief of a suppression unit. And we are really excited. This is your 13th year in this department, and you have risen to a high rank, and we're so proud of you. And I just want to say congratulations. And more importantly, I think you will inspire other young ladies to rise to this level, and maybe one day
That's
to
right.
this level.
That's
Okay.
absolutely right.
Okay. Chief,
Not
would you like
until I'm ready to retire.
I'm certain of that. I'm certain of that.
Could you do that?
Yes.
Do the honors?
So I'm getting ready to do the honors of pinning her chief's badge. There it is.
It's good.
Thank you. Would you like to say a few words, or do you want to say a few words first?
Let me
about
say
this high
something now.
achievement?
Although we've had women to be appointed to positions in EMS, we have a battalion chief that was promoted in 2007. We've appointed an assistant chief in administration, female, in 2014. Suppression has always been, and quite frankly across the nation, has been a challenge in order to encourage young women to get involved. Maya McConnell is an awesome example of amazing work in the fire service. I am so proud of her. She's made her way around. She also was in training. She was a supervisor in training. So she was teaching our young firefighters. And it's important for people, especially young women, to see her because they can see themselves in her. We have, as you all know, we have a high school program right now. And I need to let you know that around 70% of the individuals that are in our fire service high school program are females. And they need to know that there is no ceiling. I was going to say the ceiling is very high. There's no ceiling. They can do anything in the fire service they want to do. In fact, we want to encourage them to do it.
Maya?
I'm just really excited to be here. I'm really humbled by this, and I've got a lot of family that made it possible. Really supportive husband, really supportive parents, and just lots of people in the fire service that have treated me like I was anybody else. You know, maybe like I was their daughter or like I was their sister and didn't expect anything different of me and treated me like a firefighter and expected that of me, and that's what's made me not think I was any different. So, and there's lots of women that were there before me that had different experiences that maybe even molded them to act a little different. So I'm really fortunate for that.
Any
Can
questions?
you say and spell your name, please?
Sure, Maya, M-Y-A, McConnell, M-C-C-O-N-N-E-L-L. And the one that's crying is my 1.5-year-old. The jacket fit when I was pregnant with her. So, and 4.5. Yeah, so.
So when you say the suppression, is that like what we think of as like frontline firefighting?
Yeah, so frontline firefighting, I was previously a captain, which is sitting up front on the fire apparatus, and now I'll be a battalion chief, so I'll be supervising all of those fire engines and fire trucks that are going in and fighting the fire and making sure they have the resources they need and they can do their job effectively.
What did it mean to get to this level?
It means a lot. It took a lot. You know, I went to school too, but it wasn't a requirement when I took the test, but it definitely helped me in studying, and it's, like I said, it's humbling to think that, you know, I'm here, but there's lots of women in EMS that came before me that made this easier, so.
And you've been with the department 13 years?
Yeah, next one.
Breakneck speed.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay,
And
thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you very much.
But
My
you,
pleasure.
you
Thank you.
stay in by chance? Can
Yeah, we.
I can, yes, sir.
Yeah, because we do want to offer condolences to the family of the 2 victims of the fire. We do still have, I believe, another individual who is in critical condition, and you'll hear more about that from the fire chief, okay? So if you all have not been to 1901 North Charles Street, if you've not been to 1901 North Charles Street, I encourage you to go. These are the products you see in front of you are made in Baltimore. It is a wonderful, wonderful place. I got a chance to go there myself. I spent a little bit of money, maybe not enough, but I'll be back again. But I did pretty good. I did pretty good. Everything from tees to gloves to bags to scarves to hats to jewelry, just all kinds of really neat things. But they're all made in Baltimore. And that's what makes this place so unique. It is a pop-up shop, and we want to see if we can keep it around because the makers are individuals who may have jobs and things elsewhere, but the arrangement that is made allows them to bring their wares into the facility, and I know that there are days that you all are there as well, and it really does work. So I wanted to offer some citations. Letta Moore.
That would be me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So which one is your project?
I'm the owner of Knit Soy and Metal.
Okay. Is there anything down there?
Yeah, I have this candle.
Oh,
right here.
candle, yeah, it really smells good.
Thank you.
Susan Clayton,
Here. Thank you.
and Susan, which one is yours? My mittens?
Yes, these are mittens invented and patented for runners.
All right. Lawrence Moore,
Right here.
and Lawrence, which one is?
Heavy paper. These are laser cut Christmas wreaths and a cutting board. Also do like custom furniture and home goods, but these are the small items.
Wonderful.
Bring a table in.
Jeremiah Jones, and which one is yours?
We do the bags that came out of our workforce training program.
Awesome. And this bag particularly is made from, I think this MTA material.
Donated signs by the MTA.
Right, okay, yeah.
Recycling.
And made in Baltimore, that's what I like about the bag. Did you want to share a few words?
Sure,
about
happy
the
to.
project?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Andy Cook. I am the program manager of Made in Baltimore out of the Department of Planning's Office of Sustainability. We started the program really to get the word out about these companies that are here in town. A lot of these maker and light manufacturing businesses are owner-operated. They're spending all their time making their products, and we're here to kind of give them a boost with getting the word out to a local customer base. So our holiday store is one of the ways that we do that. You should also check out madeinbaltimore.org. We have a directory of what we're hoping will eventually be a comprehensive list of all the makers and manufacturers in Baltimore City. So if you're looking for a locally made product, you can go there to find it.
Do you guys also have that map of the city that has like all the businesses in Baltimore on it? Is it someone like drew it? Is it a drawing?
I'm not sure which map you're referring to. We do have a map like that for sale at the holiday store that came from Explore the Core, I believe, Central Baltimore Partnership.
WIPR is in North Charles.
Yep.
Charles Village.
Yep.
We're on there, I think.
Yep. You guys are in the store. Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? There is a SOLAB partnership as well.
Yeah, we've partnered with SoLab and OpenWorks to, we just ran our first pilot industrial sewing training program at OpenWorks. Jeremiah was one of our instructors. And the idea with that is to both prepare people for jobs in fashion, apparel, manufacturing, but also entrepreneurship in that field as well. So there was both sort of the harder skills of learning how to use industrial sewing machines, as well as some softer skills around entrepreneurship and business and manufacturing process management.
Madam Mayor, when you say that you want to keep it around, does that mean potentially finding a permanent home?
Yeah, we love that location. We really do like that location because it's like the center of, almost the center of Baltimore. It's right there, the corner of, right across from the Parkway Theater.
Yes.
On the right corner.
The intersection of North Avenue.
old bank building.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But the building itself has some challenges, has for a while.
That building's
one of your campaign signs from like?
Oh, yeah, like stayed up, just remind everybody, it stayed up there for almost a decade when I was running for something else. And it annoyed a lot of people. A lot of people liked it, but it did stay up for quite some time. Yes.
So you'll potentially make that building into a permanent home for this?
Well, this is a privately held building, and the individual actually donated, I believe, the space for this period of time. But it is a great location, and I know that he has some things that he would like to see happen in that building. We love it for what this does, but it's not this building, something else. I know there are quite a few made in Baltimore businesses located in the Mill Center there. So we'll see what we do in the future. But as you well know, this runs from the 15th through the 24th.
Yep, correct.
And it'll be from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. They've been open now on the weekends.
Since December 1st.
Since December the 1st. But we want people to get there, buy up all of these goods. Don't let them have anything left when they depart.
Exactly.
They get to make more new goods. Okay? All right, any more questions for them? All righty. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can you keep this place down so we can film it?
Oh, sure. Unless y'all have somebody y'all want to give them to. It's not like candy or anything that we can share with you
You're
all.
more than welcome to have that candle.
Okay. Might be my gifts to the press. Y'all take one and come on. So a reminder, you all, that we offer Baltimore City Community College for free. And let me remind you also that this Saturday over at the War Memorial Plaza is FAFSA Day from 10 till 3. Am I correct? 10 to 3. Where we'll be helping the parents. I think I mentioned this to you all last week. We'll be helping parents to fill, with the young people, to fill out the FAFSA form. I think I mentioned somewhere else earlier this week that at the Choice Fair every year, with thousands of students and parents come, I suggested to them that they also have a FAFSA component of that as well. So you'll see here the materials for recruiting the students, letting them know that tuition is free, and again, it's important for them to fill out their FAFSA form. And I thought that we would have Dr. Gordon and Dawn explain where we are with this. There are some requirements, no income requirements, of course. Grade point average, we said 2.0, and I think I mentioned to you all that if anybody falls below a 2.0 that's really interested in going to Baltimore City Community College, especially the students graduating, what we're going to do is this summer offer some help for them to get their grade point average up. Hopefully they'll be able to enter between the fall and the second semester. Okay, did you want to share?
Sure. Thank you, Mayor Pugh. Good morning, everyone. I'm Gordon May, Baltimore City Community College President, CEO. And when Mayor Pugh called me just a few days before she wanted to make the announcement on the free tuition within the anti-violence program that she announced, I was just totally elated. Okay. We just feel so good about being part of this program. We have, in just a matter of weeks, become the envy of the other 15 community colleges in the state of Maryland with our program. It's unique. We joined San Francisco, Rhode Island, as others who have the free college tuition, and we just feel very, very good about it. Students who graduate in the 2018 from Baltimore City Public Schools, matriculate on to Baltimore City Community College, they get their associate degree at BCCC, and then Coppin State University has come on board, and Dr. Maria Thompson, the president there, to offer free junior and senior year at Coppin State University. So this is just a marvelous program. She, in an instant, has given a lot of inspiration to Baltimore City. Mayor Pugh has been an advocate for Baltimore City Community College for as long as I can remember, and that's a little over 3 years since I came aboard. We have some new programs to offer. We're in excellent shape with our accreditation. The Middle States Commission on Higher Education will not be back to visit us until 2024 for a comprehensive visit. We're in compliance with all 14 standards of Middle States. We're a new Achieving the Dream institution, joining only 25% of community colleges out of the 1,108 colleges nationally in that program, which will support us in recruitment, retention, strategic planning, and some other areas. We have coaches aboard. We are the only community college in the state of Maryland to offer a robotics mechatronics degree program, the only of the 16 community colleges. And we can't graduate enough of them because Amazon is at the door to hire every one of our graduates from the robotics program. We have two new degree programs in cybersecurity and paramedicine, and things are just going really well. We're so proud to be a part, and Mayor Pugh, I just want to thank you for your dedication. I have a tagline that I would recommend for Baltimore City: help is on the way. If in fact help is not already arrived. And so thank you for the job you do and your dedication. And thank all of you. We're on the move.
Hashtag help is on the way. Okay. All right. Anybody else wanted to share anything?
Are there any 18, are these all college students, or anybody in high school in that group?
High school.
Yes, please give yourself the mic.
Hello, my name is.
Come on up to the mic.
So you're 18, 2018?
Yes.
What do you make of this?
I think it would be really appreciative for me to be receiving the last dollar scholarship through the Mayor's Scholar Program. I come from a single family. My mom has been a single mother since the day I was born. She's been working for MTA for over 30 years, but she recently had an injury on the bus, so she had to change to a new position, and she's now working for the Metro Subway, and there was a decrease in her paycheck. So I would really like to receive this scholarship because I want my mom to think of my dream as an accomplishment and not just a struggle for financial stability.
What's your name?
Tiara Jones.
Which last name?
How you spell it, Tiara?
Tiara, T-I-A-R-A Jones, J-O-N-E-S.
Is there a counselor here as well?
Yes, Mr. Rogers.
I got a little scoop on that. They told me you were
Good morning.
Education. You would think that, okay, this is like easy. Has it been tough to kind of get kids motivated to say it's here, get this?
Yes, it has been tough. At Frederick Douglass High School, which is a community school in the middle of West Baltimore, it's been challenging. And I want to thank Mayor Pugh, the Baltimore City Community College, and others, and Principal Bridges as well, for allowing an opportunity for us to be here today to speak about the Mayor's Scholars Program and the last dollar scholarship. It provides an opportunity for those students who can't afford to go to school, an opportunity to go to school. And like she said, for those students who come from that socioeconomic background that can't provide the financial stability that they need to pay for schooling, that's what this program is about. And I'm very appreciative of that.
It should sell itself, but do you find sometimes it's getting people motivated?
Yes, it's hard, especially with the parental reinforcement not there as much as we would like it to be. It's very tough. However, as a counselor, it's my job to go beyond the call of duty sometimes, to bring students in, to sit them down since October 1st and go through the FAFSA process. And that's just what I do. That's my job.
Can you state your name?
John Rogers.
And then Mayor, can you put the icing on the cake for us?
Well,
Sounds like I'm running the stress now.
Yeah.
John Rogers. All right.
I think I said this earlier when we first made the announcement, and I was challenged as to why I would do this because, you know, every child doesn't want to go to college, but some children do, and those who do, in many cases, can't afford to. So rather than step up, they'll step back, and they don't think about the fact that they really can go. And we also heard conversations around the fact that the FAFSA form is so difficult to fill out. And that's one of the reasons where it started. We have a series of workshops working with the school system, bringing parents in, a lot of counselors and support system to help them to fill that out. But more importantly, I'll never forget walking through the neighborhood. I was around the Gilmore homes, and a mother yelled out to me, "Thank you for making Baltimore City Community College free." And free is the operative word. You know, even though many of them, if they just filled out the FAFSA form, would qualify anyway. But the thought that you have to fill out a form and you may or may not get it is scary to many people. So instead of pushing your children forward, because you can't afford it, you don't even think about it, and they don't think about it. I told the story of walking down the hallway of an alternative school, and the young man yells out of the classroom, "Thank you for making Baltimore City Community College free." It's an opportunity for everybody and anybody who wants to go to college to do so. And oftentimes we find that in a community college setting, that children will achieve at a higher level. I remember when I was a Morgan student, when the juniors came in to Morgan State University, had graduated from Baltimore City Community College, seems like they were a little more serious than we were. But they are, because they're on a pathway to achieve something that they didn't think that they could. And so I'm just happy to see students and counselors, schools, and heads of the community college and individuals really work with us to make this very successful.
Madam Mayor, how do you see this changing Baltimore, getting students into college and graduating from college?
Well, let me just say, I think one of the things you heard from the president is that, Dr. May, is that there's so many new opportunities there. When we think about technology and biotechnology, I mean, they have all of those programs. Cybersecurity, and you talk about jobs of the future, and you hear the job market is increasing. Our employment rate in Baltimore City is down to 5%. But now, I would also say that there are probably some folks out there that have just given up hope. So they're probably not even being counted in that. But the fact of the matter is that we have jobs, and as I tell folks, in our city, in companies, in corporations, we've got a market, a group of businesses around technology, cybersecurity, that are growing right here in our own city. So I'm excited for the future of all of these young people, as well as the work that the counselors will have to do and the future of our city. I think it bodes well for us. This is, and I think people have a tendency not to think about the fact that Baltimore specifically is such a college town. When you think of Baltimore City Community College, Coppin State University, Johns Hopkins University, all of the professional schools of the University of Maryland are right here in Baltimore City. Pharmaceutical, medical, law degrees, University of Baltimore, Loyola. I just met with all the presidents on yesterday, so their names at MICA, they come to me more quickly. So we've got a great college and university town. The good thing about this program, while many may choose to go to Baltimore City Community College, what they'll find out when they fill out their FAFSA form is that there are other opportunities as well. We just want to get our young people on the road to success. So thank you all for being here. Thank you.
Madam Mayor, I actually just had another question
Sure.
for Dr. May.
Mm-hmm.
There's a large influx of students coming in through this program in the fall. How will the college be able to absorb all of them in so that they can get to the classes they want to get to, so that they will have enough resources to go to college and get everything they need?
We've already made plans for that. We're expecting an additional 200 to 300 students the first year, and probably the same in year two. So we will accommodate the increased enrollment, not a question.
So there's no concern about classes?
No, not at all.
Do we know what the cost of the scholarship program is going to be, like the total?
Yeah, we did a projection, and our projection is that our goal is to get to around 500 over the next 2 years. We have something like 200 and something students that currently apply. I'd like to see us double those numbers. We have about 4,000 young people who graduate from Baltimore City Public School each year. And so to be able to have at least 20% of those students, or 10 to 15% of those students going to Baltimore City Community College, I think will be great. And that's what we're shooting for, and I hope that we get there. And so how do we pay for it? Well, one, the FAFSA form assists us because many of those students would qualify to go to school for free anyway. And then we're putting a certain amount of money in our budget so that we can cover whatever is necessary.
And how much would it be?
Well, currently I think we're looking at the first year something like 1.5 million.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you all. Thank you.
Frederick Douglass High
You
School.
go to Frederick.
What school are you?
Baltimore City Community College.
All right, okay, thank you. All righty, you all, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, questions?
Mayor, this is the
4 weeks since the detective Sean Suter was shot to death in West Baltimore. Had you had any conversation concerning the request that was made on December 1st by the police commissioner for the FBI to take over the investigation? Have you had any conversation with anyone?
I've had conversations with our congressional delegation that also sent a letter in support of that investigation. I think you heard yesterday where Jeff Sessions said that this is a case that they may be interested in. So we'll send another letter and asking our federal delegation, as they've said, just keep pushing. We'll just keep pushing. I talked to Detective Suter's wife on yesterday because I promised her that I would keep her abreast of anything we heard. And I told her what Jeff Sessions said yesterday when he was here. She too would like for the FBI to step into this case. And so I'm more hopeful with those statements yesterday, and we'll continue to press them.
Why does she want the FBI to step into the case? Because when we asked about that last week, it wasn't totally clear. I mean, is there something going on in the department? That we
No, I just...
Why would she want the FBI?
In our I've been talking to Ms. Suter since the day of the incident, and she, like we just want the truth. I don't know what the truth is. I don't know what has occurred. I don't know what has happened. All I want is to make sure that we find out everything possible. I think the commissioner said in one of his statements that they didn't have all the information they needed to conduct this investigation at its best. And so I support that. And when I met with him the week before, the day that we were making that announcement, he had asked if we could wait until Detective Suter was buried. I requested that we go forward with this request to the FBI. And so I'm hoping that they will take this case.
The problem is the FBI is not giving the information to the police department?
I think you'd have to ask the commissioner on that, and he'll be.
But you've had a conversation with the FBI?
No.
With anyone in that? Okay.
Off the Sessions press conference from yesterday, he was talking, trying to talk about immigration and MS-13 gangs in Maryland, but started with crime on Baltimore and gave out some odd numbers that I haven't heard anywhere, and I was trying to look them up yesterday with my editor and couldn't seem to find these numbers that he was shouting out about Baltimore. Is he mischaracterizing, or is there any sort of, how do you think he did in characterizing Baltimore's crime issues right now?
Well, we obviously have a crime problem. I mean, that is definitely an issue in Baltimore City. I think many of our initiatives will show you that we're trending downward, but we have a crime problem. I don't think that we have the gang issue that he was talking about. I think he may have misspoke in terms of the areas where that particular gang is, and I think it's more Northern Virginia and in other areas. So I think there may have been a mischaracterization. I'm not sure, but we do have a crime problem, and it's something that we're strategically focused on.
Madam Mayor, how do you feel about Jeff Sessions coming out here talking about MS-13 and immigration issues when there's other places, as we spoke of, that are probably a better backdrop for that?
I'm not sure why he chose Baltimore. Maybe he likes our restaurants. I don't know. Maybe he ate lunch here and dinner here. We do have great restaurants, and maybe he's not been to the aquarium or to our great museums. I'm not quite sure, but it is a great place to visit, so we welcome all visitors.
Madam Mayor, going back to the Suter investigation, while the city waits for the FBI's response, I mean, what's being done with the investigation right now?
I think that you should talk more closely with the commissioner. There is investigation still going on, but we want the FBI to step in on this case. I think we're all in agreement on that. City Council's in agreement on that. The state is in agreement on that. Our federal partners are in agreement on that, and that's what we want. So I think that's where we keep pressing.
Madam Mayor, do we want FBI to step in because they have more money, more resources? What is the particular reasons they're missing?
I want a different set of eyes on this.
Do you think the department is corrupt?
Absolutely. No, I don't.
That doesn't make any sense. I mean, you had your own homicide department investigated. What do you
Well, they're investigating, and they've investigated. So I don't know. It may not make sense to you. So you asked me, why do I want them? And I said, because I want another set of eyes on it. Now, that may not make sense to you. It makes sense to me. Any other questions?
Yeah, the 2020 thing, we got, they came to City Hall today protesting because they said that the money that's being allocated for the bond isn't enough to fund the affordable housing fund that they want to fund, and they feel like you can promise that, and they were upset about it. How do you respond?
Well, first of all, let me just say that that's not the budget. That's the bond bills. That is not the budget. And you all know that we get money from across the state and federal. When you think about the projects that we're doing, well over $100 million in affordable housing projects, another $70 million from the state to knock down boarded-up houses and recreate neighborhoods and communities. Almost 1/3 of the properties in our city, rental properties, are affordable housing. If you look at what the Marion House has just done, 22 new homes for the homeless. Next year, 300 homes being built by Helping Up Mission that we're supporting. So, it's not the budget, first of all, so it was miscouched. And when I looked at what the bonding issue was, and this is what I did, it was at $6 million. I added another $4 million just for that. And then there's another $47 million for community and economic development. Community, I believe, also includes building homes. Our projects now, 20% of many of the projects that are being built in the city are built for affordable housing.
So, Rick might be able to speak to this a little bit better, but that city plan with your plan for affordable housing and your plan for how you're going to build better rounds of housing for everyone in the city, is that going to be like a Christmas present, a belated Christmas present, and after a New Year's present to the city as far as what the plan is coming out?
No, the one project is we've already put before the federal government, and that's the project over in East Baltimore. That's over 100. There's so many things that are going on with housing in the city. Even when you think about Park Heights, what we're doing there, dedicating funding for people to live in Park Heights and build in Park Heights. That's almost $3 or $4 million there. That's all for affordable housing. We'll incentivize people to live there and incentivize people to build there. The same thing with the EBDI project, where Johns Hopkins invested in people in those neighborhoods to live where they work. So we're doing a lot of things around affordable housing. It's just like the school system, you all. There's some things that we do within our budget, and there's some things that we do outside of our budget. We can only do what we can do with the money that is given by taxpayers, and so we try to make sure that that money is distributed in such a way that it impacts the city in a more positive way. And what I've said time and time again is that we are going to move development into the neighborhoods, into the communities. We've got monies that are dedicated for parks and recreation, a recreation center that's been committed to Cherry Hill for years and hasn't been done. We're getting it done. Shake and Bake, the roof falling in, $1 million to get it done and fix it up, and we're doing those things. So we can't please, our intention is to try to please Baltimore as much as we can, but we can only operate within the budget that we have. And you'll hear more later on about how we've had to go outside to get additional monies as it relates to violence reduction. So I tell folks, I know the needs of the city, but what I can't get here, I'll go find somewhere else, and that's what we'll continue to do.
I'm sorry, just to be clear on that, so the advocates that were there today want that $10 million part of the bond package to be $20 million.
Right.
What's your response to that?
Okay, so it was, when I got the bond package, it was $6 million, and I added $4 additional million. And that there are other monies that will be outside of that are dedicated to affordable housing. And so we will continue to look where we can, attract as much dollars as we can to build affordable housing in this city.
So one of the concerns, I guess, is that the overall package is increasing by $15 million a year, and that $10 million of that is going to IT upgrades. Is that right? If it's right, then why do you think that was a priority?
No, I don't know that that is right. I mean, what I did was take about $4 million out of community economic development and put it into affordable housing.
So my understanding is that previous bonding bills were $65 million a year. It's going to $80 million under this program, and $10 million of that $15 million.
No, that's not this particular program. It's not. We're adding additional dollars. The reason we added additional dollars is because we want to do more affordable housing. And I added $4 million of that money into affordable housing. Everybody knows that the technology platform in this city is far below what it needs to be. We're not prepared for 5G. We will be, because we've got to improve technology in our city, in our schools, and we're working to do that. Thank you all.
I'm going to get Chief Ford actually just to talk about the fire program.
Yeah. Thank you.
What kind of updates can you provide us?
Well, I don't know what your last update is, but I'll just give you an overview where we are. We responded to a fire at 1:20 a.m. this morning. Upon arrival, our firefighters brought out 3 individuals, 1 adult, 2 children. around the age 4 and 5 years old, both females. They were taken to, the children were taken to Johns Hopkins Peds. The adult was taken to Bayview. At Bayview, the adult was pronounced deceased there. One of the children was pronounced at Hopkins around the same time. The last, I think she's 5 years old. It's a 4-year-old. Thank you, ma'am. The 4-year-old is in critical condition. And her grandmother's there with her at that hospital. So needless to say, our thoughts and prayers are with that family and with that baby. It was a tough call. I responded to it. I normally respond to all fatalities. And I will tell you the atmosphere, by the time I got there, I think it was just about under control. And just the atmosphere was just terrible. I mean, this is Christmas. This is the time that children are supposed to be joyous. We're not supposed to be talking about funerals for children, you know. So it's under investigation. We do know they had at least one smoke alarm in the residence. I can't tell you whether or not it was going off. Well, I don't know. It's like I said, it's part of what we'll find out as our investigators do their work. Yeah.
Chief, there seems to be an increase in fire fatalities this year in the city. What's behind
Well, I don't know if it's increased in fire fatalities. I don't think that's factual, but I will tell you this much. There is an increase whenever we get around winter months. And you know, when I went and talked to our ladies and men on the scene yesterday, you know, I hate to say it, I told myself I thought we were going to be able to squeak past Christmas. And they said us too, Chief. So we were doing, you know, pretty well. But when it gets cold like this, it's a challenge for the community, and it's a challenge for the fire service as well.
Specifically, what is it about winter months that causes increase?
Okay, I can't speak specifically to this fire, but I can speak generally. When you get around Christmas, everything happens from people improperly using light sources, live Christmas trees, and not taking care of them. But more often than not, using extension cords adding too many devices to an extension cord. But I think the big thing historically has been people trying to stay warm and being just too, and I understand folks really want to take care of their family, but in the way that a lot of them have been creative have caused a lot of loss of life in the city of Baltimore over years.
Do you have a website at all so people might be able to go and see like what proper use of lights and
Absolutely. If you go to our website, you can go to our social media site. We also have YouTube videos where we talk about all these things. But our folks go door to door every week. You know, you see us do safety sweeps. When someone passes, we will do a safety sweep. We focus specifically on that Saturday to try to get the word out more strongly. But our people go door to door every week. So to educate the community on fire safety, to check their smoke alarms, if their smoke alarms don't work, to install smoke alarms, but also to tell them, look, you know, you need to move the clutter from over here. You need, and so we're trying the best we can. We're committed to. And I've said this before, and I know it sounds funny coming from a fire chief, we're working really hard trying to put the fire service out of fire service business. And because our folks didn't sign up for carrying babies out of, they really want to save people, or they really want to be in a position where all they do is extinguish a fire in a building, no one hurt, done. But unfortunately, that's not what happens all the time.